Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us today. It's potato planting day.
Finally.
It's finally time to put some potatoes in the ground, and I don't know. It's kind of the, planting potatoes kind of the mark of the beginning of the season. So.
It's the kickoff.
Yeah.
It's the first kick of the season.
Yep.
First big kick of the season.
That's right.
I'll show you the tater patch real quick because I am tickled to death with how well this worked up this time.
Yeah, we're moving. So we like to move our potatoes every few years. It's good practice to do that for bug pressure and disease and stuff. So we're actually across the road from where we usually plant them. But we tried a different field last year and had a lot of rot because it had a lot of wet spots. So hopefully this year.
We don't got wet spots in this part. Now what's going to happen this time is it's going to be a dry year.
Yeah.
We need those wet spots. So this is where the potatoes are going to go. Look at how beautiful that soil worked up. I mean, but we got a problem. It's dry as a bone. We need rain pretty bad. However, the soil did work up nice. So I'm tickled to death. And today we're either going to plant potatoes until we run out of ground that's ready or until we run out of potatoes. So I don't know which one's going to come first. So how I'm going to do, this will be the first year ever planting with the little Kubota 245. So I've got my potato plow on the back, which is what's going to mark the row. That'll dig the fur that the potatoes are going to go in. And then when we go to cover them up, I will also put fertilizer by them. And I'm going to be covering them up with the plows under the tractor. So those, I think people call those half shovels. I don't know the technical name for them. I always thought they looked like little mini turning plows. But anyways, those are what we'll be using to cover them up. I don't like using discs to cover them up, like the discs that go under the tractor, because you can tend to throw too much dirt on them at the beginning. Now I will use the disc later on to really heal them up. But for the first time, those are what's going to get used. But I guess, shoot, we're ready to get started. I think it's been like 2 days ago, I'd done the final till on it and got everything ready. And so we just been waiting on us to have time to do it. And the moon signs are right today as well. And the weather has worked out that we're going to get to plant with the signs this year. So I'm kind of excited about that to see if it makes a difference or not. Yeah, they're all the same except for that little wooden box Daddy said. Y'all remember how to do this?
Yeah, you still in
No. Well, kind of make sure they're not upside down.
Why?
It won't hurt.
Don't fill it up.
Fill it to the top.
Oh, that's heavy. Alright, baby. Put the butt in.
Okay, hold on. Let's get these off the ground.
I stepped onto it. I am not putting that more. My bucket is heavy enough.
Okay, you got this. I'm coming. I'm going to put me some in the bucket.
ain't gonna go no deeper than it already is.
Right there?
Just let it down as far as that handle will go. Alright. Forward. Give it some fuel. Oh, that thing's great. What are you doing? Stay in the track. Jacob, down the hill, honey. Get in the track. Now you're in the track. Now you're not. I might have to redo that road. Look at this. I've never seen somebody can't drive straight.
He's trying too hard to drive.
He's getting all up in the other road. Jacob! You have to lean over and look at it. Have her down.
Hey,
We'll have to
You're going to have to
redo
put a
that
tater in between all your taters.
He did better after he gave us some gas.
That's what I said. He was trying too hard.
You got it. Hey, just drive in a straight line. Don't pay attention to that track up there. Get up the hill, son. You're getting too close. Alright. Let's cut it off for now. Let's see if we got enough taters to plant all that. So you want me to tell you something? Look behind you right there.
Yeah.
Anytime you mess up going down the field, gradually correct. Don't yank your steering wheel because that's what you get. You get a really crooked road. But if you just gradually turn back out of it, the road flows just as straight as you ever seen. So let's make sure we got enough potatoes to plant this, and then I'll lay off a few more. I want to see how many taters we got left, Rick.
I know, but if we ain't got enough, what are you going to do in the rest of it?
I don't know why.
I don't think we're going to have enough.
You got anything in mind? Huh?
Thank you.
Well, I know the top side up there is where I kind of want to plant my popcorn.
Well, we're going to plant our flowers.
Well, they'll be hidden from all the wood chip piles. I might plant them across the road this time.
I'm still come up here and look at them. It's over there.
There you go.
That one's done.
Who cut that up? That could be 2 more potatoes.
Jacob? Jeff, did you cut this tree? crazy potato? I know I did not get that potato. Yeah, I don't know who did that potato. I think it was that. But I wouldn't want to get too far. I'm going to go play my pig toys at home.
Okay. So did you clean out that poop and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, good job. Clean out all that nasty feed?
Yeah.
Even out of the wood trough?
Yeah.
What did you do, shovel it out?
Yeah. Got poured milk in both of them.
Are they glad about that?
Yeah, you just on the door.
Yeah, it won't be long. We'll just send them out here.
I enjoy it too much to let them do it all.
Yeah, don't let Dad drive tractor. Please let me do it.
You have a tater picker up there now. You need a tater planter.
Why?
We got one. No, you don't. It's called Jacob and Maggie.
Keep it going, young'un.
My hand really hurts to death.
I'm getting through this. Your hands hurt? Why?
And last night I told Daddy how much we cut up. He said, you'll have to tear up more land. You ain't got enough land fixed. We ain't got enough potatoes cut to do what the land to do got fixed. Jacob must be meant to run wide open. He can drive a whole lot straighter wide open than he can trying to go slow. Well, we ended up with 6 rows. Jacob's finishing off what little bit of potatoes we had. Here's Jacob's 2 rows. He got just a little bit of a crooked spot in them there, but I can work with that. Considering it's his first time laying off rows, I think he did pretty good. But now all that's left to do is cover them up and put fertilizer by them. Let's give this a try, see if this is going to work. I may have to do some adjustments on them plows, but I think I got them set right.
Okay.
But I may have to adjust on them. I would let Jacob do this part, but we'd probably have potatoes plowed back out of the ground.
One lesson at a time.
That's right. We get him started driving straight first. That's what we got to teach him. I don't think I mentioned this, but I should have told you. That arrow that's on the front of that tractor, that's lined up with the center of your row, and you use that to aim with. Kind of like you're aiming a gun. And if you look back or to the side, you're more apt to turn and you get your row crooked.
When I've been down there at the tractors, I've always wondered what that arrow is for.
Yeah, that's arrow. Like your tractor's got a little hood ornament in the front. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
That tractor's got an arrow on it. Yeah, so anytime you see a little hood ornament or something on the front of that hood, it ain't there just for looks. It's there for you to aim with.
Oh,
Yep. well, 26 taters are in the ground. Almost.
Yeah, almost.
We actually got
The big one. The big
one's done.
Is done.
That's right. So, like I said, this was my first time using this tractor to plant taters, and I kind of like how this worked once I got my stuff adjusted right. I had my plows too deep, covering them back up on the first row here for just the first few feet there. That's why you see the clods in it, but after I figured it out, I got it right, and that fertilizer hopper's got 2 tubes on it. And so you see a little bit of fertilizer laying on top of the ground there. There's actually one tube was putting it down behind the plow, so that's buried, and then there's another tube was laying it on top of the ground. I didn't adjust it that way on purpose, I just had them hanging there. But that's how it worked, and I like that because now there's fertilizer under it, and then there'll be some on top, so whenever we get rain, should work all that down into the soil.
Right. So, if you hadn't been around or hadn't heard us say, I know somebody's going to ask, why in the world y'all plant so many potatoes? Why? Why do we, Andy? No, I'm just joking.
Because Andy has an obsession with planting stuff. Actually, this isn't as many as I wanted. I had hoped that we could have filled up this whole tilled spot, but we run out.
Well, in all honesty, so for ourselves, as long, and the camera probably don't do justice to how long these rows are. They're pretty long. One row would probably do us as a family. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
If they do good, if it's a good potato year, one of these long rows would be enough potatoes for us. But for years, we have sold potatoes to neighbors and some elderly folks. People, well, there's people that anticipate us having potatoes for sale. So it ain't something we do to make a killing, but people enjoy the fresh potatoes because you just can't beat them, honestly.
No, you can't.
But so that's what the rest of these potatoes will be, you know, to sell to friends and neighbors and things like that.
And I honestly think, you say one row, I don't think we'd need a whole row to do ourselves.
Well, we filled that tater box up last year and they about gone.
Well, and that's true, but I think we could grow enough in the garden at home to do for us, maybe, if we wanted to do
If it was a good year.
If it's a good year, yeah. But doing it this way kind of ensures us, even if we have a bad crop,
we're gonna have
enough potatoes. We should anyways.
Yeah, but it's just something, we used to sell a whole lot of produce, and there's a lot of people around here to do that, but there's not a lot of people that sell Irish potatoes. So I don't know why, I don't know the reasoning, but like I said, there are people that, you know, we'll start getting messages when it gets close to time to get them up. Hey, y'all gonna have any potatoes this year? Every time. And
got your potatoes up yet?
I'm glad to be able to have that to offer to our neighbors and everything. So
that's right.
Yeah,
I like it. You know, it ain't something we really make a bunch of money off of. I always said it gives you a little spending money.
Yeah.
But that ain't the reason we do it, because we could sell them for a lot more than what we sell them for. We do it just to help out the ones who we've been selling to for the past several years now. Yeah. I actually mentioned to one of my people last year, I was like, I don't believe I'm gonna plant none next year. I'm just gonna plant enough for us. I was just joking, but I didn't mean it. And she said, oh no, well you better let us know if you're gonna quit, because we're gonna have to find somewhere to get them. And you know, I was like, I wasn't going to, but you know, just kind of shows you that those people do they anticipate you having them. But anyways, there it is, the 6 rows. I don't know, what do you think that is, 150 foot long? Maybe longer than that?
They're long.
It may be 200 foot across that field.
They're long. I didn't think I was ever going to get to the end of that first one. I was like, I forgot how long these rows are up here. If you don't remember, this is where we had all of our Andy's field corn, his mixture corn that he grows every year.
Yep.
This is that same field, so we're not going to grow as much of that, I don't think, this year.
No, I think I'm just going to have that bottom section down there, just enough to keep me some seed going.
And the Boone County, I mean, because it's really good for cornmeal. It don't take much corn for cornmeal, though. The Boone County white corn has well surpassed expectations, so that will probably be our
field corn.
Yeah, for the animal feed and stuff. So.
All right. Well, Megan asked me just now, what are you going to plant in that empty spot? And I think I got an eye roll when I said what I was thinking.
Sweet corn?
Yeah. I'm not going to plant it today, but I have been wanting to experiment and see how sweet corn does up here.
Only thing, the critters.
The critters is the problem. Yeah. But I still think I'm going to do it. I've got so much sweet corn seed left over from years past that I just kind of need to do something with it. It's going to get old.
Yeah.
But we ain't done gardening yet. We're going to go to the house and eat some lunch. And then we're going to work in the garden every side of the house.
Yep.
So up here in this garden at the house, we're going to plant 1 row of red potatoes. These red potatoes will be just for us to dig new. We ain't really going to try to store them or anything like that, or just be to eat fresh straight out of the ground. So I'm only going to plant 1 row of red ones. We like the red ones. It's what we call new potatoes. We like them like that. Since this garden is too small for the tractor to work in, I do most of the work in this one with just a regular tiller. And I have since acquired an old Troy-built horse from, I had one of these years ago. This is why I have the plow for it from the tiller I used to have. You see that furrow plow? That right there is what I'm going to use to make my furrow down through there. A little side note here. You may have noticed another Troy-built tiller sitting right beside this one, and there's actually another Troy-built tiller around there that you couldn't see in the camera right now. Stuff like this is just something I like to fool with in my spare time, which I don't really have a lot of. But when I do have spare time that I can just piddle with something, I love fooling with old stuff like this right here. I'll keep them for a while, and then I'll sell something, and then I'll find something else to fool with. And so for right now, you're looking at one of my things that I am just piddling with at the moment. I might actually keep this one for a while though. The other one that was there, it actually looks a lot better than this one, but it needs some work. We actually had a viewer give us that one last year. I got it out the other day. I do need to do some work to it though, because it'd been sitting for quite a while. But yep, I picked this one up from a local guy who also knew that I was into this kind of thing. Anyways, I'm going to use this to dig the furrow out through there. I think, best I can remember, that little plow works great in loose soil like this right here. All right, let's put these tines in gear. See how this thing works? It's going to be the first time of using it. I'm going to try to keep it like kind of close to that fence there.
I think it'll work.
Well, it's about as crooked as you can get.
Well, out here don't matter that much.
No, it don't, because we ain't cultivating them with a tractor. But I got that dirt right there so loose, it started sliding right into that fence. I thought I was going to
take the fence out.
Yeah, hit the fence. That works. That works pretty good. So this is a Troy-built horse. They call them horses because they'll throw you like a horse. That's actually why I sold the other ones that I had in the past. But I do things different now. So I think I'm going to like having another one around here. Well, I'll tell you, if the red potatoes we got are too many for this row, it doesn't matter. We're not planting no more but then this row. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw me just a little bit of fertilizer in the bottom of that trench.
Okay.
I ain't gonna use much out here. And I know I didn't mention it up yonder, but we were using triple 14 up there. It's the same thing I'm gonna use here. I'm just not putting near as much of it because this dirt here is a whole lot richer than the dirt that's up the road.
As you can tell.
Yeah.
The color of it.
Honestly, we probably wouldn't even need no fertilizer in this garden, but you know, I'd rather put just a little than none at all.
And hopefully that'll be the only time we have to fertilize it.
In this garden, yeah.
Yeah.
We may have to top dress those up the road.
So I like to use the little red potatoes. The reason I want them here at the house is I like to come and dig them for new potatoes. And what that means, if you've never heard of new potatoes, that's when you dig the little young potatoes. You don't let them mature. They're about that big, maybe a little bigger. And the skin's real thin on them. You can actually, when you wash them, the skin pretty much just comes off of them. But I love new potatoes. And we used to always plant the potatoes kind of further from here, like up there where we were and stuff like that. In the last 2 years, I told Andy, I said, I want them at the house. So when I just want some new potatoes to fix for supper, even if it's right before I start cooking, I can just come out here and dig me up a hill. Which years ago we used to plant potatoes out here. No, we used to plant them at the creek.
Yeah, we've planted them in this garden once or twice, but that's been a long time ago.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, a very long time ago.
The garden was smaller then too, I think.
I'm pretty sure it was. That was before we had a fence or anything out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had them out here, but
been a long time.
I don't like planting potatoes in this garden. You know why? I gotta dig them by hand.
Bless it.
I can't get a tractor in here to dig them. It's ridiculous.
Bless its little heart.
All right.
But yeah, but new potatoes are super easy. I mean, I'll just come pull me up a plant, and the little potatoes are usually still attached to it. Dig around that one plant, and then there's supper for that night. Most time there's enough little potatoes under there. 1 or 2 hills will be plenty.
Well,
and the red potatoes are my favorite for that.
What you just said about pulling up a hill, and that is one good thing about having them here, because that red land up the road there will kind of set up and get kind of hard.
It's like digging in concrete trying to get them up.
Yeah, and if you ain't doing it with a tractor, it's tough to dig them by hand. Out here, this dirt's so soft. Yeah, you pull that vine up and your taters are just everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's 3 different varieties. What we got? Viking, red Norland, and red Pontiacs in this box. So hold your shirt out since you ain't got no bucket. You go to that end and I'll start on this end.
What, did they get mixed up right there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think I kept them straight.
Are you sure?
No.
Because them look different.
Right there you go. That's the other 2. Those are probably all, I don't even know what those are. Right there's 2 more. I don't know what kind those are. We did keep them separate. I just don't know which ones is which.
Well, it ain't going to do us no good them being separate then.
Well, we'll at least have them planted in separate areas.
I'll start down here.
Hey, plant them close.
Okay. Yeah, squeeze them in here.
Because we ain't got many. I mean, I want to try to use them up if I can. Whatever this one is I'm planting right now is the one we got the most of. I think this one was the red Pontiac.
We had a lot of them Viking potatoes too, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. How many you got left?
None.
You're out.
That's it.
Uh-oh. We're going to have to spread them out then to fill out the row.
Well, I mean, I'm right here.
I run out. Let me grab.
Hang on, I can just get me a few.
No, I got a few right here that I got too thick on.
Oh, okay.
3 do it?
Oh yeah. 2 probably if you wanted to.
Stretch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. We'll do that right there. Look at there. Man, we cut up the perfect amount for that row,
Look at
didn't
that. You got 2 hoes? I can cut
we? Yeah, I
up.
brought 2 with me.
All right. What do you want me to do?
Oh, let me see something. Just push the inside dirt over them.
Okay.
I'll leave that little hump across the back. Once they start coming up, I'll pull that to them to
heal them up.
To heal them up, yeah.
All right.
Gosh, this dirt's so easy to work.
It's pretty nice, ain't it?
It is.
Well, you've put a lot of work into it for it to be that way.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
It ain't like it just is.
We ought to have planted the whole patch up there like this right here and left the tractor out of it.
Well,
Use
yeah.
that tiller and the hoe.
That's right.
Huh?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Would you have?
Yeah.
So, I don't know how many of y'all have ever heard the old saying, when the dogwoods are blooming, it's time to plant corn. I have went by that rule forever now, and it always works out for me. And so, we're early this year though. The dogwoods are blooming just a little bit early this year.
I feel like they are. Anyway, I ain't looked on my calendar, but.
And so, I think I'm going to chance it. We still got a chance of frost. We still got a chance of a freeze. So I think I'm going to plant me some. Now, I'm not going to plant no field corn no time soon because that old-timey heirloom field corn, it likes the soil to be hot when you put it in the ground. And it comes up so much better if the ground's done got warm.
Ask us how we know.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way.
After 2 or 3 years of
trying to plant it early.
Of having to replant it because we planted it too early. Yep.
But now Honey Select sweet corn and a lot of other sweet corn varieties can tolerate cooler soils. So I think I'm fixing to plant me a couple rows of sweet corn here. I'm going to do it today.
I can taste that fresh corn now.
Goodness gracious, what are you talking about? I can't wait.
I know.
But I'm going to go ahead and get me in a few rows. I mean, it is early.
Well, the worst thing happened, you just have to replant it.
Yeah.
But it can take a little frost too, can't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So, yes, corn can handle. I mean, if it's up, it's just got those 2 leaves coming out or less, it can handle a little bit of a frost. So it's going to take it a good week and a half or more, maybe longer, to come up. And then, you know, it'll take it a good, week or so to get out of that. So that buys me 3 weeks worth of time right there.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go for it.
All right.
So I believe what I'm going to do is lay off my rows here, and I'm going to plant 3 rows in this section right here. We'll take them strings just like...
It's been a while since we grew it on this end.
It has, but I'm gonna do it. This soil right here worked up so good, it'll be good for a seed bed, and I think that's where I'm gonna put it at.
Been at least since we planted sweet corn here.
A couple years.
Yeah, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
We used to always plant it on this end, then we moved it over there.
Yep. I believe I'm gonna get that laid off out here. You got anything to do?
I guess I'm gotta help you.
No, all I needed was somebody to take the other end of that string. I ain't even got my planter or nothing ready yet, so it's gonna be a minute. But I've got a lot of Honey Select sweet corn seed and some serendipity seed that is still left over from when we were growing all that produce.
Yeah, years ago.
And it needs to be planted. So, I mean, in all honesty, if it don't come, I mean, it may not even come up just because the seed's old. I doubt it. I imagine it will, but it may not. But even if it don't make it, I need to do something with that seed anyways. It's getting old.
But it's about right because it's Easter.
And that's true. It is. It's Easter. Well,
yeah,
Good Friday's here.
And that's time to plant corn too. So plant garden, really.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
I ain't planting nothing that can really suffer from getting frostbite yet.
Get a good start on it anyway.
Get to about the middle of April.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll hammer down, depending on the weather forecast.
Well, they say Good Friday for corn or Good Friday for garden?
I always just went Good Friday for garden, but Good Friday's a little early this year too, ain't it?
I don't know, maybe.
I think it's not as early as it can come, but it's pretty early.
Last year was as early as it could come,
Yeah.
I think.
So it all depends on when Good Friday falls, but there's a lot of people who really get going with it on Good Friday.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna plant some corn this season.
All right.
We're just gonna see what it'll do.
Sounds good.
I think, what are you thinking? 3 rows be enough?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna plant them on 36 inches. I'll plant the rows 36 inches apart on the corn. Everything else in this garden stays a little farther, but the corn will be closer.
Well, you won't be running through it with nothing. Not, well, I mean, I guess you will when it's little.
Yeah, while it's little, I'll still be tilling through
Yeah.
it. But I got that tiller now, and see, I can fit in between closer rows with
Yeah,
it versus my front tine tiller.
True.
So y'all, I think that's gonna about wrap it up for this video though.
Yep.
I'm gonna go get my corn planter, my push planter ready to plant corn, get the seed out. You know what? I might even break bad and get the one for the tractor out and make sure it's ready and got the seed plate and all in
It's
it.
a pretty day to do it.
It's a beautiful day to do it, and I'm kind of anxious to do it. So,
But anyways, guys, guess that's gonna about wrap up today's video. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you might have learned a little something. Thank you so much for spending a little of your day with us today.
yep.
And we hope everybody has a blessed Easter. Until we see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.